Welcome, everyone. Everyone, welcome. Let's just get in position here, everybody. Hope you guys are having a great December so far. We finally have some big time mystery bags. We have one little appetizer here from the smaller local bags, and then we have two of these big old guys. I haven't had one of these big bags in a minute, so pretty excited to break into those. Like I said, I hope you guys are having a great December in the holiday season. I know it can be difficult for some people. Some people, like myself, don't really love the weather, but I will be spending Christmas in Florida, so I'm very happy. If you can, let me know if you can hear me in the comments. I just want to make sure that everyone can hear me. Sometimes we get audio interruptions. I just want to make sure that's clean and clear before we start getting into these bags. And if you're unfamiliar with, there we go. What's up, guys? James, Ryan, good to see you guys. If you don't know anything about this particular series, this live stream we do, I have these rag bags that I buy from local thrift shops that I have no idea what is in them outside of there potentially being t-shirts in them. I do check to see that there are t-shirts in them because sometimes you don't want to get a whole bag full of towels or rags, literal rags. So we do know there's some t-shirts in here, but we open them up live together for the first time and search them for valuable vintage t-shirts. We have hit big in the past. We are in the green still for this project. We started, I think, more like a year and a half ago. We started doing these types of videos, and we're still making profit off of them. The green just keeps sort of going up. I sold, I think, 3 or 4 t-shirts today that were pulled out of rag bags. Pretty soon we'll do like a review here at the end of the year of like the best moments of from the mystery bag, the best t-shirts that we found from the mystery rag bags. So that'll come out at some point, probably on a Monday during the holiday season when I will be out of town. So stay tuned for that. If you have questions about anything vintage related or reselling, eBay, whatever, leave it in the comments, or excuse me, in the chat, and I will get to it as soon as I see it, or as soon as I can answer it. Anything about like vintage Levi's, vintage t-shirts, whatever. If you have a question about how to identify something, just leave it in the chat and we'll do our best to answer it. And otherwise, let's just go ahead and start digging into this little appetizer of a first bag right here. My local thrift store, after I took a week off from for Thanksgiving, while we were traveling, they seemed to like just completely stop putting out rag bags. This is the only rag bag I've seen in over a week there. So I'm glad we were able to find these 2 giant bags. But let's go ahead and get right into it. First off, a good start. We have a Harley Davidson t-shirt from 2004. Nothing super special, but basically any Harley Davidson t-shirt I will hold on to and try to sell because people collect the different locations that are on them. But that's also a good sign that we might see something else valuable. We have in the past found some pretty dope Harley tees, so maybe there are a few more from whomever donated that first Harley tee. A lot of times there's just a bunch of stuff, random gross stuff like this. Oh, I see Harley again. Could this be the start of a good bag? Yes, it is a good bag. Look at this. We got Harley. What we got? We have a date on this thing. It is not single stitch, but it is made in USA, 3XL. It's a big boy. But we got another Harley tee, vintage Harley tee on this one. We got Harley Davidson, Illinois, Oak Lawn. I don't see a date anywhere, but the made in USA. It's under license to Deluxe merchandise is a good sign. So that's a good sign. So far, at least one vintage Harley Davidson tee and 2 Harley Davidson tees altogether. That's just the first handful of the first bag. Man, I really hope this would be a nice little Christmas present to myself if this actually turns out to be like a really great opening. So let's see. Um, how are you guys at resell? How's your fourth quarter going? Okay. Did you get into them, Ryan? Did you open them or just you sort? You said you're sorting them. I'm curious to hear your results because there's not a lot of people that have the opportunity, like have a a local thrift store that does it like ours seem to do. So I'm really curious how. I mean, I know you've hit some big stuff. You hit that cranberries tea last time we talked, which is super sick. Strikers. This looks like a no, there's nothing. Yeah, guys, Ryan's been doing some rag bags and he hit this dope cranberries tea out of one I guess a month or so ago. It seems like such a cool T-shirt. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. So this the place where I get these big black bags. Um, another vintage reseller kind of runs that town. So when I get in there, he's pretty much cleaned out just about all the racks most of the time. I think he does teach or something, so it's hard. So I know if I go early in the day, I can get. Hey, thank you so much. I try to help as best I can with those Levi's. Not a lot of great information out there, so hopefully I can help you guys find the information you need. But this guy kind of runs that town, gets all the really great stuff. He's there like every day, but he hasn't figured out about the rag bags yet. As far as I can tell, he doesn't touch the rag. He doesn't touch these big rag bags. Oh, we got another Harley tee, another 3XL, same time period. Dope. Look at that. Look at that. Front and back. That is some cool design. A little ratty, got a little bit of a few holes in it. This is 2000, so it is vintage. Oaklawn Harley Davidson. Um, I could lot these up. The sizes, the 3XL type sizes, don't tend to do as well, but you never know. They're still super sick, and I paid $6 for this bag, so certainly got my money back there. Oh, nice. The 1980s 505s are great. Um, Especially the earlier ones, like the 70s 505s, like the orange tab 70s 505s seem to be like the most valuable or the most desired ones right about now. But the 80s are right behind it in terms of popularity. Union line, Union made, Teamster. Okay. Um, let's see. Scott, just add yellow from start to finish. Scott brand. I don't know if this is vintage. I don't think so. I think it's just a product promo T-shirt. But yeah, the 80s 505s are great. They're great. In the 80s, they started doing so many different more washes, like blacks and acid washes. That like, there's a lot more variety in the 80s than in the 70s, which are typically just your standard lighter and darker washes. So that's super sick. What we got here? Got some sort of muscle guy. Seriously, okay. No, they must be shredding this. This is not certainly somebody's not wearing. I mean, maybe a woman is wearing it this cropped, but it is a single stitch tee. But man, dang. Mid to late. Okay. Red tab. Yeah, the red tabs are they're all right. They're just like the orange tabs because they tend to have like a little bit of a thinner feel and lighter feel. People, especially people who are used to like modern like stretch jeans, tend to like those a little bit better because they don't feel as heavy to wear. So, but that's pretty cool. Great find. Great find. All right, this first little appetizer is almost over, almost out. We did get at least two vintage Harley tees. that were pretty dope. So we're certainly made our money back from there. I'd expect those Harley tees to go probably somewhere in the $20-$25 range a piece. That's true. That's true. First time. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you guys. We have two massive black bags right here. So let me get this other bag in position. These are like, this one I think is like something like 30, 40 pounds, maybe more. This one is like 55 pounds. So these things are like wicked heavy. In the past, they've been wicked like profitable. Oh, you can kind of like smell the old clothes, the old vintage clothes. I can smell it, guys. I think we're on to something good here. This thrift store, like run by a bunch of old ladies, so like they certainly don't know, what to, what's vintage and what's not. So, very excited to see what we could find here. So I won't disclose my specific location where I buy these, but I do buy these from thrift stores. Probably out of the 10 to 15 thrift stores that I go to regularly, like two of these places actually bag up extra t-shirts that they get donated. A lot of times they're typically a little bit more ratty, maybe some to paint on them, or they're like risque, so they can't sell them on the floor. So they bag them up and sell them to like mechanic shops, and I tend to be the only one buying them, so they keep supplying me. The visual never gets old. That's funny. I bought these black bags are $10. The Laura Piana, it's not, doesn't have a ton of attention. I'm playing around with the new eBay advanced promoted listings feature. Haven't really quite figured it out, but we did just get it listed like yesterday. So, what's this? Oh, looks like a vintage t-shirt. Yeah, we got a Hanes. If you saw our Hanes video right there, we've got probably a late 80s, early 90s tag right here. That's pretty cool. It's a winery in Lubbock, Texas. I did not know there were any wineries in Lubbock, Texas. I've been to Lubbock once. I was born in Texas, raised there for almost a decade of my life, but mostly in the South, not in the North. It is kind of like going to the bins in my house. That's the whole point of this. Kind of is that the closest bins to me is 3.5 hours, and like I love the bins, and we'll take like trips down to the bins and stay like overnight at a hotel and thrift the bins for a long time. But that's expensive. This is about as close as I can get locally to the bins. So I'm glad that we were able to do this. Oh, sweet. Yeah, True Religion stuff is pretty great. Oh, Arkansas. Where at in Arkansas, roughly speaking? If you don't mind me asking, I'm curious because we might run in some of the same circles or some of the same thrift stores. We've gotten as far south as let's see, we thrift on a semi-regular basis. We go to Little Rock quite often. Fort Smith, yes, yeah. We just me and my brother-in-law Mike. When did we do this? Earlier this year. If you go way back in the videos in the library, we do a little Arkansas circuit, and we hit up Fort Smith. We loved Fort Smith, by the way. Like I thought it was such a really, really, really cool little town. I'm trying to remember the thrifts that we hit. I don't remember their names, but we hit a few and did pretty well. Sorry if we stole your stuff, but we did make it down there for sure. Fort Smith is a great place. Really loved it. All right, we have an Allure t-shirt. Great Outdoors, Lake Norfolk. That's a local lake here. This is a vintage tee on the Made in USA Allure. Yeah, so Yeah, and the bins are like that's the spot, man. Like I was just talking to Retro Jamie. Go check him out. Go check out his YouTube channel. But he's like in England, and we were just talking about how like that's like it's one of the biggest differences in America versus like other places. We have the like the bins. You can make so much money there. We've got another vintage Lake Norfolk T-shirt on the Allure. Lake Norfolk is a lake in northern Arkansas. It's beautiful. Oh, we got something here. Oh no. Oh, some like youth Chevy T-shirt. It's real ratty. Man, if this were an adult tee, this actually would be pretty dope. Um, in Honduras. I don't know if there's a date on it, but it's too small. Too small. Don't you love it when you find a dope T-shirt and it's just too small? Every hour is happy hour. More Lake Norfolk stuff. Is that a vintage tee? It is not. Well, it might be, but. Oh, sweet. A small soldier's T-shirt would be dope. Fish naked. We got it on a like late '90s Fruit of the Loom. Kind of cool. Looks like we might find a lot of this like Lake Norfolk stuff, but we have tons of T-shirts in here, guys. So this is just bag one. Yeah, the bins like it's funny. I love taking like freshies in there that have never been in one because it can be super overwhelming. The one in Little Rock is dope though because it's probably the biggest bins I've ever been to, and I've been to a number of them across the country. It's huge, and generally speaking, there's enough space for everybody to, kind of get a little section and work it themselves. Basically, anytime I go to the bins down in Norfolk, excuse me, in Little Rock, we make good money. Oh, so okay, so you do Grailed? That's awesome, dude. Um, Grailed is my second. Like that's like I have eBay as sort of the primary thing, and then I put all the like heavier hitters on Grailed. I've always liked Grailed so far, like for the years that I've been doing it now. Yeah, we got some more, a lot of like Lake Norfolk stuff here. Sometimes when like businesses like liquidate old stock and there's just so much of it, they just dump it in these bags, and sometimes you get hosed. But I don't know yet. Yeah, Little Rock's great. Little Rock's great. We got a. Oh wait, that's funny. I thought this was vintage for a second, but it is not. Um, Freedom is not free. 2010. Ain't that the truth? Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if this is vintage. We got a cut tag on this guy. It's another American Natural Tradition, Lake Norfolk. It's tough to say. It's double stitched. Could be late '90s. It feels like a late '90s T-shirt. Hard to say. Probably not worth keeping, unfortunately. Um, the we got a Hanes heavyweight 50/50 Dixie Outfitters. Don't not care about Dixie Outfitters. um, there's a lot of T-shirts in here, guys. Um, that is kind of the bummer thing about um, these bags is like if it's bad, I get stuck with a bunch of bad T-shirts. Okay, UFC MMA T. I'm curious about that because oh look, we got a dope Stonehenge tee. I don't think it's vintage or anything, but made in EU, English heritage. It's probably not vintage or anything. But that's pretty cool. Um, what is my favorite thing to find thrifting? Ooh, it's Levi's. Um, like, of course I could always say like, oh, we got a Jesus tee. Oh, I don't know if it's old. Yeah, I think this is older. It's got a phone number instead of like a. We got a phone number. Typically, when something has a phone number rather than like a website, it's probably pretty old. Yeah, that's a good answer. My favorite thing is definitely is definitely finding Levi's, old Levi's. Like just because to me it's so much. I feel like I'm kind of in a little time machine, so to speak. Every time I find old pair of Levi's, because um, there's so much history in it. What's this? We got a Made in USA tag. Looks kind of like a. What is this? Huh. Look at this, guys. Like cut. It's a cut. Definitely cut up tee. Racing Legends, race cars, dirt shirts, 1993. That's cool. It's cut though, which is unfortunate. But Made in USA, single stitch, crop top for a bit for a man. So or a woman. It could be a woman. Yeah, probably more fittingly for a woman, but the size is a little bit bigger. Um, yeah, definitely Levi's for me. Of course, I'm never gonna complain about finding all over print X-Men tees, like Marvel tees, um, which have happened in the past. Um, you know, but those are like worth so much money. It's hard to hold on to them. Fred, we pulled out some Harley Davidson tees. I will do a review here in a minute. To catch up, we have two pretty large bags today. We're about halfway through the second bag, or excuse me, through the first bag. So we haven't hit anything terribly crazy. A handful of modest vintage finds. Oh yeah, oh yeah, dude. Big E, especially I mean, salvage Big E stuff. My most recent Big E find is this guy right here. You guys saw in the last video. It's just purple bell bottoms, probably from like 69, 68, something like that. But they're gorgeous. They're like in beautiful condition. And the color is fantastic. They don't, Big E's doesn't come across that much that often. So you definitely have to, you're definitely excited when you find it. Gotta love those crop tops for men. That's right. Let's see. Come on, let's find something here good. Man, I think we're setting a record, ladies and gentlemen. I think this is the most we've had on a live. So thank you guys so much for being here. Um, love having you guys. Love hanging out and opening these things up. We used to do this where I would just record the video and then post it. Um, before I was confident we could pull off a live stream well enough, and definitely, definitely enjoying this much more. Uh, you guys can catch my reactions as they happen, especially if something big comes out, because they do occasionally. I'm trying to think of when the last this particular thrift store. When was the last time we pulled? I'm trying to remember the last time we pulled something mega out of it from this thrift store. It may have been a while ago, to be honest. Um, but we definitely we pulled a couple of Bruce Springsteen tour tees one time. It was really cool. Um, some small tees right there. Yeah, so it is a crazy color. Now it isn't denim per se. It's and it's not really stay press. It's like a cotton polyester blend. I mean, I guess it kind of. I'd have to look. I guess it is denim to some degree. It's just it's hard to call these jeans, but if you've done a little bit of research and dug a little bit, you'll find that Levi's did a bunch of stuff like that. Some like really bizarre patterns and some super cool stuff around that same time, and they're super rare, super dope. Oh, that's sick. Thank you. We got a maybe a vintage Beretta T-shirt here. We got the health as it's probably not vintage. probably early 2000s, but Beretta team. The the very first. Okay, so I mean, I've been thrifting my whole life. When I was a punk kid, I was just trying to, live the punk lifestyle, doing thrifting and stuff. That's the first bag, and but my first find for like reselling when I was like when my wife was getting into it. Oh, this one's big, guys. This is like 55 pounds. Was actually a vintage Chanel blazer, knit blazer, vintage Chanel, like Coco Chanel. And I remember I was out thrifting with my wife, and she was like teaching me what kind of brands to look for and stuff. And I was just going through everything, and I pull out this, like frumpy looking little blazer, knit blazer, and the whole my like cardigan blazer thing. And I pulled it out to make a joke because I thought it looked ugly and frumpy, and I saw that the tag, and I was like, "Hey, you want to wear some Channel?" Because that's how I thought the tag was pronounced, and I was like, "Hey, who would ever wear this Channel, sweater?" And she's like, You mean Chanel?" And I was like, "Yeah." And sure enough, it was a vintage Chanel sweater. Never found anything Chanel since then, or at least I definitely haven't bought anything Chanel. There was one time a thrift store had it in their case. It's way too expensive. But we got an In-N-Out t-shirt. Dope, not vintage, just an In-N-Out t-shirt. That's cool. We got no more. What's this? No more. Okay, so we got. Oh, this 2009. So sometimes you guys got to watch out because there are like whenever you find a a t-shirt with like a union labor t-shirt, they're gonna have used union labor to make it and made in the USA. So it could throw you off. So just make sure you're checking for dates. Like here it says 2009. So just make sure that if you ever pick up anything that's union, it's like a union t-shirt, just make sure that you're actually getting a vintage t-shirt and not a modern tee. Yeah, I actually have this really dope. Well, maybe not. I may not have it anymore. But out of one of these bags, there was a old 1970s coal union worker tee, which is super dope. It was real small size, as like a lot of the vintage stuff is, but definitely a cool tee to find. Oh, check it out, everybody! Single stitch bootleg Ralph Lauren. Bootleg Ralph Lauren on the 50/50 390. This is total bootleg Ralph Lauren, but pretty sick. Super thin. But that's definitely the 50/50 feel. All right, so that was so funny, James. I swear I need to do it. I need to make that Instagram where it's just going to be, wait a minute. Wait. I think I just found like a really old Capri Sun tee. No, it's double stitched. Why is it? This tag it's cut tag. Just looks really funky. That print does not seem like it would be. I'm gonna hold on and look into it. That might just be a modern piece, but maybe I'm in my head a little bit about it. Yeah, totally. I mean, Ralph Lauren's got such a history. I mean, their designs are so infamous. What do we got here? We got another vintage tee, single stitch. Everybody, what's it gonna be? What do we got going on here? Oh, it's just some Hot Springs, Arkansas tee. It's a Miss Arkansas pageant. Can't read hardly anything on it though. It's a bridal. I don't know. That's weird. Bridal and tuck shop. Some promo piece. All right, so here's a Kool-Aid tee, like just like the Capri Sun. So somebody's printing these tees. These aren't official tees, and they're not vintage. All right, had to double check because I didn't, had a little bit of a feeling of a older tee. Would have been dope to find like an '80s Capri Sun tee. It'd be sick. All right, come on. Mount Vernon brand. We got a 2000 t-shirt here. I don't know. I mean, it's on a for the loom heavy cotton. I don't know what this brand is or anything like that. Mount Vernon. Oh, it's George Washington's Mount Vernon. So it's a tourist tee. Where it is from Early 2000. I used to live not too far from there in Virginia. Spent 17 years of my life there in the Commonwealth state. I have thrifted 3D Emblem a few times. I had a couple years ago. I had in the inventory a dope panhead 3D Emblem. I have a handful of like later 3D Emblem things right now. Some of like Rolling Thunder, I think is something like that. Some of the trucker tees that they did. Cat and mouse, hilarious. Gotta love these novelty tees that end up in here. Just like I could have a pretty incredible like cat T-shirt collection, no doubt. Come on. One of the cool. Do I ever? Yeah. Okay. So vintage blanks. So. Oh no. Vintage blanks. That's a good question. I have picked them up, and I used to keep all the vintage blanks that I found, from these bags. But it turned like most people are looking for like a very like the Fruit of the Loom, like the early '90s Fruit of the Loom. Vintage blanks are real popular. Like if I could ever get my hands on them, would probably do some like dope merch on them. World's Greatest Mother. I'm gonna give this to my wife. She'll hate me. Yeah, so like that's the thing. Is like part of the frustrating thing. Oh, we got a late '90s USA League tennis, sponsored by Gold Bond and Heineken. 1999 T-shirt. Yeah, the blanks. It's like you always feel a little bit iffy. Ooh, oh, this is sick. Tennis. We got a challenge court, vintage challenge court Nike tee, guys. Check that out. Vintage Nike challenge court. That's the logo right down there. It's the like Andre Agassi, I think, right? It's pretty big size right here. Size double XL. Double XL? Yeah, double XL. Sick tee right there, guys. That's a good one. Yeah, for sure. But the blanks, I'm always like wary of that if I sell a lot, then I'm just selling it to like someone trying to make fakes. All right, this is sick. Single stitch Wimbledon tee. Look at this, guys. So we got a big tennis fan up in here. This is from Wimbledon. I just actually picked up a vintage Wimbledon t-shirt. Single stitch all around. I don't see a copyright date on this, but that graphic is sick. This definitely got to be like late 80s, early 90s on this guy. That's sick. Oh wait, we got a graphic on the side here. It doesn't have anything. What about this guy? That's sick, guys. This is one of the best ones we got, I think, next to that Nike. All right, yeah, I'm excited. What else could be in here? Once they start hitting, man, like sometimes they don't stop. We got a monogram. What's this? Oh, we got this other single stitch T-shirt here. Looks like it's been cut up or torn up, worn by a woman, maybe. All right, check that out. It's University of Texas vintage single stitch sleeping team. So this is vintage. This is like a 90 monogram. Like, so somebody who was a graduate of University of Texas. Go Longhorns. That's sick. That's cool. Man, who knows what else? What other like dope tennis T-shirts could be in here? I wouldn't mind a couple more challenge court tees. Maybe in size XL instead. Oh, guys, look at this. Another one. Made in USA. The heck, dude. This has got like this is like super puffed out. Like tennis. That is sick. Single stitch. All right, guys. Wimbledon is hitting today. Whoa! It doesn't stop. Look at this. A bunch of vintage single stitch Wimbledon tees. Dang. There are more. Another one, not as cool. It's got this like big old embroidery, like gold embroidery of tennis. That's such a thick. Oh, wait a minute. This is discovered by now. Oh, wait, hold on. So this is a vintage tee. Made in USA, Newton, Massachusetts, XL. But it's like a custom piece that somebody did. Oh, that's wild. Look at that. Oh, man. Yeah, there's all kinds of tennis tees in here. We got an Army Mom tee vintage. I think on the soft choice. Wow. What else? There's a lot of vintage stuff in here, guys. Marshall Islands. I mean, everything right now is vintage. We got an eagle tee, single stitch, little birds. This is Eureka Springs. These are all tourist tees, but I'm just feeling down here, and they all feel vintage. No, that's vintage, but nothing. What's this? Look at this tee. Look at this vintage tennis. Lake of the Ozarks, Missouri. Look at that graphic. That is sick. Yeah. I can show you some I can show you some. I'm afraid that you won't be able to see the tag super clearly, but we got a Fruit of the Loom. This one's probably from like the late 90s on this guy. Guys, it's not stopping. This one is sick. It's like tennis tees from all over the world. It's on a jerseys. Look at that. 1994 Tiger Rags, Destin, Florida. Wow. I mean, they're like, I can see that they're all like densely packed down here. I wonder how many more of these we have. Here's another one. Yeah, we definitely hit the mother low. We got another Fruit of the Loom best. So probably late 90s on this guy. No, definitely late 90s. It's the Kirby Junior Open. Probably what it is like like a tennis family. Yeah, late 90s Fruit of the Loom. 93 Little Rock, Arkansas single stitch racquetball tournament. That's cool. 93. Man, I can just feel how densely these t-shirts are packed. Everything here is vintage. We got the Fire Ant Stomp. No idea what in the world that is. Auburn, Georgia. Single, no, it's double stitch, but it's on an earlier Delta. Yeah, what the heck? What is going on? Box a rocks. I don't know what that is. It's not. It's a double stitch on a early 2000s. Um, heck yeah, did it again, guys. Look, we got the challenge court. On the Nike late 90s challenge court tees. Dang. What type of tees do I collect? Well, I collect. Oh, look, guys, hold on. Wait, these aren't the. Okay. I thought these might be the challenge court. But look at this. This is a vintage Wilson tennis. Oh, you can see that. Vintage Wilson tennis like skirt. Yeah, like a skirt. That's crazy. I collect. I do like all over prints. I like. What else do I like? Sorry, I'm not thinking clearly. I like some Jesus tees. I like several Jesus tees. Some of my favorites. Golly, this is crazy. Just tons and tons of vintage t-shirts in here. Look at this one on the All Sport. On the All Sport, the Powerweight. Vintage, like lithograph looking tennis racquetball, maybe even. Golly, this is going. There's still quite a bit left here. This is getting wild. Hopefully, find another All Sport. I mean, every single T-shirt coming out of this bag right now is vintage. Everybody, we got the other All Sport Max Pro Way. This is just an inauguration, 1997 presidential inauguration. That would have been what 97? Yeah. Clinton. But okay. What does selvage denim mean? Good question. And we got the high cotton incorporated. Oh, this is wow. It's better to serve than to receive. Bjorn Berg. What's the Bjorn Berg or whatever? Isn't that that's a tennis player, right? Selvage denim means like typically go take a look. Oh my gosh, this is getting crazy. On the inside of your pant leg, of your jeans, typically in modern jeans, you'll see there is what's called an overlock stitch, and it's a stitch down typically on the inside, or yeah, typically inside or out. I can't remember. Yeah, typically on the outside, and it's stitched up in an overlock, combining the two sides of the denim. In years past, and a lot of boutiques do it now, they would take the ends of the denim, big spool of denim, and they would combine them, and it would give you this white line with like a red line down the center of the little white gap. And that would have been indicative of like denim from from Cone Mills in North Carolina. And they used to do all 501s like that up until 1985-ish. And so anytime you see that like there's two white little railroad tracks on the inside of the jean leg, that is selvage denim. Typically, it's higher quality denim too. Check it out, guys. We got another 1996 championship. Malcolm Jordan's got the BMW logo, the pen. That's the brand. Look at this. It's on a USA Delta. This is crazy. Thanks, man. We're like cranking out vintage tees. That's all we're doing right now. Arkansas the league championship 1993. What in the heck? Another one. Here's something else. Little Rock Athletic Club, vintage tee. Looks like racquetball. So somebody's like racquetball T-shirt. If you get on a jerseys, we. This is funny. One of the early. This look early proto cat T-shirt. This is on a single stitch jerseys by Russell. So this is a bit older. 1986. I don't do mornings. This is a vintage cat tee, y'all. Man, this might be one of the best bags we've had in a minute, and it's not stopping. Look at this. Look at this. This is one of their probably one of the USTA. What's that? Yeah, this is probably the United States Tennis Association of Arkansas. Dang, these are coming in hot, dude. Oh, we got a little Disney World hit with a little mini playing tennis. Disney World. I gotta save all these. What am I gonna do with all this tennis stuff, dude? Whoa, this one looks sick. The Power of a Warrior. The only thing I serve is an ace. The Power of Women. Oh, women. Sorry. So I'm guessing that a lot of these were owned by a tennis dad. Much love, man. These bags are from Arkansas, and they're loving me too. So, whoo! Look at this. This is sick. Haynes Beefy. Look at this graphic, guys. Andrew Carson. These are some of the coolest. These are definitely some of the coolest tennis tees I've ever seen. Single stitch. Shoo, man. Look at that. I've got a huge pile over here. There's still more coming out of here. That's nothing. Okay. Maybe we're through most of it here. We got a Gillen heavyweight, old one. It's kind of 1994. Probably not gonna keep that. It's a little moist. It's like I don't know where it got wet. All right, maybe we got through most of that here, and we're out of the. Well, I don't know. This is a vintage tee, Department of Labor tee. Maybe that's where this. Wait, 2000? Yeah, 2000. I don't know. That's probably not worth keeping, especially considering I have such a mountain of tennis T-shirts and some other vintage tees. St. Thomas. I could still be adding to this in a minute. Wow. Wow. All right, we got a vintage Haynes tee. Jailhouse Cafe, San Antonio, Texas, property of jail. I don't know. It's kind of funny. It looks like, I wonder if a lot of these were owned by the same person, and because they traveled so much, they just got T-shirts from wherever they were at. Because seems like the only way to explain just the sheer volume of tees. We got a vintage Delta from Jamaica, no problem, Jamaica. Maybe we'll save that. That's it. Woo! That was wild, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't know how. Like, look at this. Look at this. This is all the T-shirts that are like worth keeping. Well, there's more. I didn't even grab them all. Let me try to pick out a handful here. Yeah, exactly. Specifically like early 90s grunge fans. This is a dope one right here. The pen with the BMW logo down here. And the Delta. Gosh, here's one of the Harleys from earlier. Got a sweet back graphic. I'm gonna try to find those challenge courts. Yeah, here we go. Here's one of them. Nike in the front. Nike challenge court. Yeah, Dylan, I did. I'm gonna get back to you tonight, hopefully, after all this. But that's sick right there, man. That's sick. There's another challenge court in here somewhere. Golly, That I'll tell you what, I was not expecting a bunch of vintage tennis tees. Like, definitely not what I was expecting from today. Um, here's another. This is dope. Harley tee that we got, just like from like it's from 2000, so it's pretty sick. There's at least one more challenge court in here somewhere. I'm trying to find it. Look at this Wimbledon tee. It's so sick. Um, there's another one. This is I don't know if this is Andrew Carson. I don't know who that is. Probably might be one of the brands. That's true, man. Yeah, you're right. Most of the time, the dopest stuff are Razorback tees. Where's the other challenge court? Is it right here? Yeah, here it is. Check that out. It's on the line. Challenge court, Nike challenge court, right there. Wow. I can't probably get through all of these. Here's that lithograph one. Oh, that's pretty sick. Um, but man, that was wild. There's a lot of tennis t-shirts. If you're into tennis, guys, hit me up. If you see any of these tennis tees that you like, let me know. Or racquetball, let me know. But we got we're gonna try to pack in as many videos in before the new year as possible. End of the year reviews that we'll be doing, and do some other stuff. I have a few more t-shirt tag videos that we're going to be doing to get out there before the end of the year. And obviously our normal live streams and our normal top 5 on Sundays. But we're going to try to squeeze as much as we can. So if you guys have questions about your vintage clothing, send me an email, lootfam1@gmail.com. Love to answer questions if I can be helpful. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a great night. Incredible amount. The volume is probably the best we've ever had as far as in terms of like this sheer number of vintage dope tees. So thanks for being and hanging with us. So we'll see you guys later. Enjoy your night. Peace.